Hey guys, it's T, and I'm back with another Binding of Isaac video. Today, I decided I wanted to do an Azazel run. Well, this run's already off to a pretty bad start, considering I took damage on the very first room I walked into. But that's completely my fault. As you're probably aware, there's no way it could be anyone else's fault I took damage. Sometimes you can blame the game though. Such as, when you're fighting Delirium. Delirium, definitely one of the worst bosses in the game to actually fight. Well, it looks like we got our item room and curse room right here. So what I'm going to do is check out my item room first. I guess I'll take up Yumheart, or I'll pick up Yumheart just because, why not? And I'll just take damage. I don't really want to use my full card to get out of that room. I don't really feel like there was a pressing need to use it, so I'll save it for hopefully a better usage. And hopefully this run won't be too bad. Usually Azazel runs go pretty smooth, as you're probably aware. So hopefully this run is no exception. There are a couple ways this run could get a lot harder though. For example, if I pick up Lazarus's rags and end up dying, I'll turn into Lazarus, which will make me not be Azazel anymore, so I won't have my brimstone laser. I would like to keep being Azazel for the duration of this run. Hopefully I can end up doing that, but I think if Dark Judas showed up, I maybe would want to turn into him. So Yumheart right now is completely useless. I cannot really use red hearts right now as Azazel, which kind of unfortunate to have a useless first item room, but in the future it could maybe be more useful if I get some red hearts. Hopefully on this run I'm gonna try to do Mega Satan, so I probably will be skipping this first deal with the devil, partly because I really don't have any HP to do deals with the devil. Obviously I still could go deals with the devil if there's items that give me HP, like the Pact or the Mark, for example, but I feel like going deals with the angel, so I'll just fight the boss here. Loki hopefully won't be too bad. I do need to be careful about Bob's brain a bit, but it was pretty useful there. Binky is a great item for me, and yeah, I'm going to be skipping that deal with the devil. And I may as well check out the remainder of this floor just because I'm Azazel, and I can do so pretty quickly. I would like to get some more consumables, preferably some bombs, so I can get some more, or open up the angel room statue. Although I did use that bomb right there. I definitely could have saved it, but if I don't get another bomb by the next time I get a deal with the angel, I'll be upset with my play there, but one soul heart for my survival I think is a fine trade. I don't really know what kinds of angel room items I'd want with Azazel here, because there's quite a lot of options you can get with pretty much any character, but Azazel is a character that obviously operates a little different than most other characters, since you start with the brimstone laser. So some items you can get have a little different synergies than they normally would. I will definitely take the Pact here, without question. And I decided I may as well use my full card there. So that was definitely an extremely good curse room for me. That's probably like one of the best items you can get from a curse room. At least out of the items I've unlocked right now. It's definitely up there, probably in the top 5 items. I'm not exactly sure where I'd put it, but like I said, it's definitely up there. I decided to do this room hoping I would get my keys back, which, I mean, I did get one key back, and Flat Penny paid out there with another key. So, basically, I was able to open those chests for free, and I got some money out of it. So, this run's already looking pretty good. I just need probably some range upgrades with Azazel, and this run will be looking a lot better. Here's the item room. I do have enough keys to check it out. Farting Baby is just okay. I'm pretty sure I unlocked that on the last run I did. So, I guess it's interesting that it showed up on the very next run that I unlocked it on. I was gonna say I'll blow up that statue, but I need some bombs for the Deal the Angel, which is not guaranteed, but it's not impossible. There's only a 33% chance it'll show up, but I like my odds. I'm surprised I actually didn't get hit there. So this floor actually went by very quickly. I'm already on the boss. I'm getting plenty of keys thanks to Flat Penny here. So I can't really be upset with the way things have been turning out. And that bomb fly was placed perfectly next to Chad there. Unfortunately, little Chad is sort of useless for me, but it's okay. We'll move on to the next floor. I didn't get a Deal with the Angel. Hopefully I'll get one on this floor. I don't really exactly need a Deal with the Angel, but like I said, Mega Satan's the goal, and in order to make that happen, I obviously am going to need some deals with the Angel. At least that's the easiest way to do it. I could also go through sacrifice rooms, but I don't really want to consider doing that method unless I get the wafer, because usually you'll end up using way too many hearts for not enough payout. So I just got Orphan Socks there, which makes it so you don't take damage when you walk on spikes. Well, luckily for me, well, I suppose unluckily for me, I can already do that, so that's not really going to have too much of an effect on this run. It did give me a Tears upgrade and some Soul Hearts though, which I can't really be mad about. I really do need to find a better active item though, because I've had 0 red hearts this run, and I would like to have a better active item. I wouldn't really be mad if something like, you know, D6 showed up. So now I have a ton of soul hearts, so honestly, maybe sacrifice rooms are the option right now for me. Bombs and keys are nice here. I'll check out the arcade. I'm gonna blow up some of these machines here, hopefully to get a return on my investment. So far I'm net positive 1 key and a bunch of coins there, but I did technically use 1 bomb total, so wasn't too bad of a trade. I think that was probably about equal, maybe a little more skewed towards me. Not certain about that though. Alright, I just realized I have not been looking for secret rooms whatsoever, but that's mostly due to because I have been needing bombs to hopefully get a deal with the angel, at least the key piece from the deal with the angel, and that will hopefully let me get more deals with the angel in the future. Bob's Brain was very nice there. Let me one-shot Greed, and now I've got the actual boss. Gertie, not too bad of a boss. It'll just take a while because Gertie is quite a tanky boss. I really don't like Gertie when he spawns flies behind him, because you can't really see where the flies behind him are shooting at. So sometimes it can be a little difficult to dodge, but I managed to get through it. I did get a range upgrade there, which is nice. And there's 7 seals, which is an item that is, I feel like, been showing up on every run pretty much. That troll bomb ended up opening the angel statue for me, which is pretty cool. I didn't have to use a bomb for it. And that was a pretty easy angel statue, besides the fact that I blew myself up there. So, I've got plenty of keys here. I'm not going to hesitate to open up this eternal chest. Hopefully I can get some sort of payout. Unfortunately, it didn't really look like that happened, but it's okay. Life will go on. So we are 10 minutes in on the Dank Depths 1. So boss rush is definitely an option I can do if I choose to do that. Just like the other ones, I've already done boss rush, so I'd need a pretty good item in the boss rush room in order to actually want to do boss rush. Otherwise, I'd be fighting a bunch of bosses for no reason. Well, for a reason. Just the reason being that I'd get a bunch of, or just a useless item and potentially a good item after you finish boss rush, but I really don't feel like doing that if it's not worth my time. Azazel runs are usually pretty good on their own, and they don't usually need a big boost in order to make them a win. Squeezy though is definitely a nice pickup here. I may be at the tiers cap, I'm not really certain. I don't really know what it's at with Brimstone, but I know it's definitely lower than the normal tiers cap of 5. Well, my damage and tier speed is now very good, thanks to the past couple of floors, honestly. Hopefully I'm able to use that leverage to turn this run into a win. There is a Tinted Rock here. Definitely don't want to skip that. And right now I definitely do have enough HP to actually go for the sacrifice room if it ever shows up. So I'd probably actually do that, even though I normally don't do sacrifice rooms unless I'm playing Maggie or have a bunch of red hearts on hand. So hopefully a sacrifice room does end up showing up. The Hourglass I think is better than Yumheart at this point, even though Hourglass isn't great. Yumheart's doing literally nothing for me, so basically anything would have been better than Yumheart. I don't really like the Retrovision pill. Makes it a little harder to actually see what's going on here. I'll check out the shop here, and Dull Razor is interesting. Converter will let me turn some of my soul hearts into red hearts. I think I'll just use it one time. Just to... Actually, no, I'll use it twice. Just to have something. You know what? I'm going to go for Dull Razor over the Hourglass because I have Gimpy. So this potentially could generate me some soul hearts. It's sort of a niche play for Dull Razor. Usually, you want to use Dull Razor to activate some item effects that spawn stuff for you. Well, I guess that describes Gimpy, but you know, like Infestation, and that's the only item I can think of that does on-hit effects. So, yeah, but you get the point. Basically, Dull Razor is just used differently than what I'm using it for. You can also use it to get out of curse rooms for free if you have flight already. So that's another potential use I could use for it. Voice crack there. Ignore that. So that's exactly what I'm going to do with this curse room here. I'm going to go in, open up this chest, and use Dull Razor to come out. And I took no damage. So that room was pretty good. I got a net positive of two coins there, which puts me back up to 15 cents, which means I can maybe buy an item. However, I would like to donate to the shop if that is an option given to me. However, based on my previous track record, the odds are probably that Super Greed is going to show up in the shop, which means no donations unless I decide to fight Hush. So at this point, I think Red Patch is maybe better than Flat Penny because I already have a bunch of keys, and this would be actually, you know what? I gotta go for Bloody Crown. More item rooms I think are always good. So hopefully I can get some good items from the Womb. Eyesore is an interesting item. It does, as you can see, make me shoot random brimstone lasers in different directions sometimes, which can be good. I don't think this will have a negative effect on me ever, unless I get like Ipecac. Hopefully that doesn't end up happening though, for multiple reasons. One being, I obviously don't want to hurt myself, and the second being that Ipecac has shown up on so many runs lately that I really don't feel like it's necessary to have. Well, I say so many, but that's just because I did the Suicide King challenge, and then on the very next run I did in the greed mode, I got Ipecac on the first room. Gimpy paid out with a soul heart there, thanks to the Dull Razor, so I consider my play now worth it. So I'm gonna blow up this statue here. I could go for member card, but I'm gonna choose to donate my money instead. I would like to just get to 99 cents or 999 cents as soon as possible on the save file, just so I don't have to worry about that ever again. And obviously, the more you donate to the shop, the better it'll end up being over time. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to do that. I will take that Eternal Heart, and I'll just jump straight into the mom fight. So Dull Razor, I was hoping to use there to get another Soul Heart, but I don't think I'll need it. It would just be nice to have for future floors, because I probably am not going to take too much damage on this fight. Although I don't really want to jinx myself here. Usually with Azazel, the mom fight is pretty free. You just have to make sure you're watching out for the enemy she spawns in, and should be fine. Hopefully I get a deal with the angel here. Unfortunately, I did not. Looks like I'm going for the Polaroid here, so I can get a bunch of tick marks checked off on my list here. I don't really want any of those items. Obviously, some of them are very good, like Lil Dumpy, but I think I'm just going to move on here in the interest of time. I don't think any of those will make my run crazy or anything, which is what I mostly was looking for. So if there was an item there that was very good, like the D6, I may have decided to go for the boss rush there. At this point, I don't really feel like going for pills. They could end up giving me like a range downgrade, which is terrible with Azazel. I really don't want to have to deal with that. Thank you, Gimpy, for paying out there. Alright, since I have Bloody Crown, I've got to remember that there are going to be item rooms on these next couple of floors. Meaning, it is definitely worth my time to do a little bit of exploring. I think it's just normal item rooms that show up. I don't think they're items from like any special pools or anything, which I feel like they almost should be, because this trinket, Bloody Crown, is kind of rare, I feel like. So I feel like you should get rewarded for actually deciding to hold it, and if you get it lucky enough to get it early enough in your run like I did. But that's just me. Maybe it'd be cool if you get like a guaranteed 2 quality item or up. Obviously there's 1 quality items that are fine, but the run could get a lot better if you end up getting a better quality item. I think the cool part about this game is that basically any item is viable, but I just completely mind blanked. I'm gonna take the wafer here. Any item's completely viable, but the quality of the item depends on how useful it is going to be to your run usually. Like, I just picked up the wafer there, which makes me take half a heart of damage on every single point of damage, which is quite good, especially for something like a sacrifice room. But an item like Brother Bobby, well, that just gives you a familiar that does solid damage, but nothing more, nothing less. Obviously, though, he does work towards the conjoined transformation, which I suppose is an added plus, but not every 1 quality item has a transformation associated with it. So we've got 1 more item room on this floor, hoping for something good. Honestly, at this point, I'd settle for a range increase because I don't think I've gotten any on this run yet. Also, I wouldn't be upset if another Guppy item showed up, like Guppy's head. I think that's probably the only one that can show up on treasure rooms, although I'm not certain about that. I suppose I'll go check out the treasure room just because I have the keys for it. I'm getting a ton of Eternal Hearts, I think thanks to the key pieces, which has greatly improved my HP since I think this is the 3rd one I've gotten. I'm not sure about that though. Alright, final item room. Infamy is actually pretty nice. I may want to actually do the Hush just because this run's looking pretty powerful right now. I don't have to do Delirium with Azazel, so I'm not really going to sweat doing it. Or going for the Void Portal, I should say. I think Hush is fine to go to because, well, I have good damage, I have great survivability, and you get some extra items on that floor. So I think it's probably worth doing if you have a good enough run. Although, it's a little different compared to something like Boss Rush where you only get 1 item at the start and it usually isn't good. I like fighting the Hush sometimes because you get a choice of items twice, meaning usually you can get a little bit better item than you normally do. Alright, it lives. Already halfway dead. Shouldn't be too difficult of a fight. And I think I'll actually go down to the Hush. Just because why not, right? I've got plenty of keys to make this work, so we'll check out these rooms here. I think, well, first of all, I can donate some money here. That gives me up to 500, which I think is a solid number. I'm going to buy Hive Mind, so my, what's it called? 7 Seals does more damage. Also, potentially Guppy could be very good for me. Neither of these items are very good, but I'm going to go for Dead Tooth because I don't think I've had it yet on a run. And, well, that's kind of ironic. Ipecac and Host Hat showing up here. I think I'm going to go for Host Hat. Ipecac is great and all, but I don't really have good range, so I'm afraid of blowing myself up. And it'll protect me from Bob's Brain. Alright, so I'm ready to fight Hush. I really hope this won't be too bad. I think with the Wafer, Infamy, and Host Hat, I have pretty good odds of not getting or not losing on this run. I also have the Wafer, or not the Wafer, Gimpy, so I'll be able to generate my HP back hopefully some of the time. And I don't really suspect that this will be too long of a Hush fight. Thankfully now, I can actually use Bob's Brain without worrying about blowing myself up, which I feel like is a pretty rare scenario. Bob's Brain usually just is annoying for the duration of a run. So I just got a range up there from that pill, which I think was very lucky. I'm glad I decided to use that pill. I'll use this pill too. Tears down didn't even affect me because I think my tears are so high that it lowered my tears back to the normal cap. So it looks like a nickel spawned up there. I'm not really sure how that happened, but that does mean after I finish fighting Hush, I'll be able to go back and donate hopefully 5 more cents to the shop. And then after that, I will be over halfway to 999 coins in the shop. I don't really want to go for a Delirium fight like I mentioned earlier on this run. Just because Delirium doesn't really give you a benefit. I don't think he's a fun boss to fight necessarily. He's just very dumb and just teleports all around the room and can telefrag you, which is very frustrating sometimes, especially playing with some harder characters. Alright, well, Hush is already over halfway dead. Thankfully, my HP has been very helpful in this fight. I have a great amount of survivability. Gimpy paid out there, which lets me take another 2 hits if I need to. And the wafer basically made this a cakewalk. I don't even have to worry about dying here at all. The wafer is obviously one of the strongest items for survivability later on in the game because, well, everything does a full heart of damage to you after you beat Mom and you get to the womb. So I am glad that I got that on the deal with the angel a couple rooms ago, or floors ago. Thankfully I have good enough speed to dodge these lasers. Here comes more continuum shots. And the Hush is just about defeated. There we go. Alright. So that gives me Maw of the Void, which is a great deal with the devil item. And I'm going to try to donate as much as I can back to this donation machine. And I may as well blow up this that statue there. Although it didn't really do anything for me. Also, I should maybe just look for a crawl space. Just because. Why not? It could give me a black market, which could have some good items in it. And I think you have a better chance of getting a crawl space on the Hush floor, especially. I'm not really sure why. But that's just kind of what happens. I would have liked to get Quad Shot, or Mutant Spider I should say, but can't really get to it unless I have like Mr. Me or Stitches. But I don't have either of those items, so I'm going to have to move on here. So, Cathedral, you know the deal. Just going to be fighting Isaac, and we'll round off the run with a chest victory. Well, not chest exactly. I do have to fight Mega Satan. Hopefully I can get this run to be a little bit better before then, because I would like it to be. With 2 luck, I think my odds of getting chests on the chest are not extraordinarily high, but maybe I'll get like 3 chests max, which I think is fine. Alright, Isaac here, shouldn't be too bad. Dual Razor has been actually pretty nice. It's helped me get a couple soul hearts over the course of the run. So I think it was worth its money that I spent that I used to get it. And plus it let me get out of some curse rooms for free. So I can't really be too mad about that. Hive Mind plus 7 seals has been doing great work too. That's something you kind of don't really notice over the course of a run, but it's been quite helpful. As you can see, it just did a lot of damage to Isaac there. So a Void Portal did show up, but I can't go for it. I just unlocked Satanic Bible, which is another great Deal the Devil item. Open up these chests. Blue Baby's only friend is good. And Acid Baby. I will take Bobby Bomb and Dad's Key, I guess, just to maybe open up a secret room or something. I don't know. It's kind of ironic that it showed up on this floor, which is a floor that you kind of want Dad's Key sometimes to get into Mega Satan if you do not have the key pieces. Although I did already have the key pieces. Alright, so I do want to find some chests on this run, or on this floor. And I do want a damage up, because 8.3 damage is, I think, just good. Like, it's kind of solid at this point. Obviously, since I'm Azazel, it kind of amplifies it a bit. But I think this run had a lot more potential. If I got some more damage ups, like if I got well, I guess Epic Hack would have been a damage up, but it would have ended up probably doing more harm than good in the end. If I had an option to get Host Hat and Epic Hack, I definitely would have done that. Ouija board does absolutely nothing for me. So I found the secret room there using Dad's Key, thankfully. And I did just get a Joker card, which could be big. So we'll check out this room first. Looks like nothing too valuable. I'll use the Joker card, and that gives me Crown of Light, which doubles my damage as long as I don't get hit on a room. Why do I have to fight this room again? I thought I cleared it. I don't know. Well, anyways, that room wasn't too bad. Sticky Bombs is, I don't know at this point. It's just gonna exist. I don't really want Odd Mushroom because it will just lower my damage. And I don't think there's a reason to lower my damage right now because I'm already at the Tears cap. There's basically no reason to pick it up besides the speed upgrade, which I don't need. I already have 1.85 speed, which is plenty of speed, I think. Well, there's the Spider Baby transformation. I don't really know what it does exactly. Hopefully it's not bad. Well, I know it's not bad. Why would a transformation be bad? Luck down pill is not great. Shot speed up is irrelevant. Speed down is not good either. Alright. So, before I fight Mega Satan, I still would like to fight Blue Baby just to get the completion mark. Not because I want to rush through the save file and get as many unlocked as fast as possible, but I'm already going to get plenty of what's it called? Blue Baby wins on the save file. I would just like to, you know, unlock more items to hopefully have some more tools to use on the next run. Shoop to Whoop, I think, is better than Dad's Key at this point, although it won't really be useful for long because, well, this run's almost done. Alright, we'll fight Blue Baby here. Shouldn't be too bad. He's already halfway dead. And I've gotten quite a bit of bomb synergies with the items I've gotten, which are pretty good with Bob's Rings. I guess they inherit the bomb synergies you pick up. So those two baby plums there got taken out by an airstrike, as you can see. I always thought that was one of the funniest Easter eggs that they've ever put into Isaac. Obviously, that's a pretty rare event to happen, but I think I do have a mod that makes it happen every time. I may take it off, I don't know. I think it's just pretty funny. So I'm going to use the Devil card here, which is plus 6 damage, and we'll go for Mega Satan here. I'm going to save my Shoop the Whoop charge for when the 4 super sins, I should say, show up at the same time, and I'll hopefully try to take them all out in one blast. Although I don't know if that's really going to happen. Hopefully it does. So I always like to take out Death before Wrath on this wave, because Death can slow you down, which means it's harder to dodge Wrath. So thankfully I was able to take him out first. I need Bob's Brain to do some work here. Take out the hand for me. Alright, Super Envy should be no problem. Next wave is when I use Shoop the Whoop. Alright, take him out. And that took out 3 enemies there. Basically instantly. So that's exactly what I was hoping would happen. I'll fight the 2 angel statues. Shouldn't be too bad. And yeah, this run's ended up being pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I mean, I feel like this is sort of like an average Azazel run. There was nothing really out of the ordinary that made it really stick out. I'm just glad to get the Mega Satan victory, honestly. Well, I suppose I shouldn't really be saying that yet. I haven't taken damage yet, but I still could. Although, it would definitely take a lot to kill me at this point. Okay, here I just gotta kind of take my time. And there's my first point of damage, which ended up halving my damage because of Crown of Light. Which is a little unfortunate, but it's fine. So I think if I stand behind Farting Baby here, actually, I can just hit Mega Satan, and he can't hit me back. Which is a pretty cool thing about Farting Baby, I think. I kind of forgot I had him until I saw him fart. Funnily enough. And yeah, as you can see, Farting Baby kind of just counters Mega Satan. It's always funny to me that one of the most intimidating bosses in the game, Mega Satan, a boss you have to spend your whole run building towards, can get countered by a Farting Baby. Well, that was the end of that fight. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the run. And if you enjoyed the run, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next run.